Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here once again. Welcome to my channel. This is opening about political celebrity people in Italy. Tonight we talk, and last week it was again. This is the start of October because I don't know when you're going to reach out. This is a live stream, but will be a video recorded as well. Last week we had talked about the election in Italy. That was a result, literally, first time the woman on the top was elected in such a traditional society of Italy. Like I call it a papa land, will never allow women to be on the top of the society, and literally that misogynist society that can promote only the sexy woman or a woman is a mother and nothing in between, literally is giving really a hard time to a woman being working and having some kind of effort in a career in Italy. Again, what to compare about that Ilona Staller Cicciolina was named by Italian nickname Cicciolina, the chubby one, when you translate it. It sounds very sweet for me, Chicholina. We have one cat, and one of the friends last week, when I mentioned I'm going to do reading about her, said I'm going to name my cat as well, Chicholina. It's really lovely name. Again, Chicholina, that lovely woman, as you see, a little bit recalling of American and Nicole Smith, that queen of wands, that erotical energy coming out of her spirit. Whenever you Google any of her photos, just Google Cicciolina. Her full name pardon, Ilona Staller. As well, I'm going to compare her case with the elected woman, Giorgia Meloni, and see who is the right one and what is the energy in the Italian society. And yes, we are going to talk about present moment, prediction in Italy, and prediction about Cicciolina, will she return? And what will happen with Giorgia Meloni? For a start, that intriguing story about the life of ex actor of that adult movies. We are going to name it. I'm trying to be really sensible when I'm talking about the vocabulary. Again, let's check up in Wikipedia a few things. This woman is now about 70 years old. Yes, 1951 she was born. 71 she's. So till the end of the year we can name it. She's almost like 72. Born 26 November 1951. Widely known, full name Ilona Staller, Hungarian, Italian, formal star of the adult movies, with the stage name Cicciolina. Later on, politician and a singer. So, as you see, first of all, born as Sagittarius, when we think about, she's all life playing childish, playful. That's what she is. As well, she attracts a lot of attention as well. She seek attention of the people around. Sagittarius inside of her is that spirit inside of her, like I need attention of the people as well. I'm giving them all my love. So from 1987, she was in a radical party, and then she was a founder of the, from 91 to 92, Love Party as well. There is I do believe from last year before election in Italy, uh, there was literally a news that she's forming DNA, uh, Democratic Amore, Democratic Love Party again, during that COVID crisis. Probably she wanted to be just again ironic with playing with this name DNA. I'm guessing she couldn't use that name with COVID. As well, she has one child, son Ludwig Kuhn, with the last husband. As well, she was first married 1968, and then 1991 she married Jeff Koons, and then with him she got Ludwig the son, right? As well, in this period, being with the Jeff Koons, this guy was really using her, any material about her, and I do believe that they were together posing in these adult movies. And I'm going to check up her energy through her life path. And whatever is a red flag in her life, we are going to check up with the tarot, okay, and with the gossip and witch deck. And as well, you're welcome if you want to pre-order your reading with Pearl with the 5 tarot spread instead of 150, just 25 in a live stream. So let's see. We are comparing with Ilona Cicciolina early life. So she was born in Budapest, Hungary. Her father, Laszlo, left the family when she was young. She was raised by her mother, who was a, who was a midwife, and her stepfather, who was an official in the Hungarian Ministry of Interior. 1964, she began working as a model for Hungarian news agency. She claimed that she had provided the Hungarian authorities with information on American diplomats staying at a Budapest luxury hotel where she worked as a maid in 1960s when she was young. By the age of 25, during her hotel work, she met an older Italian national named Salvatore Martini, whom she later married in 1968. So, again, guys, this is a period when Hungary was literally under the East Bloc behind the Whale and Cold War, and her ticket to a life in Europe, to a freedom from the East Bloc, was Salvatore Martini. So, as well, it's very funny because it's not mentioned what happened between them. Where is the divorce? I do believe this was just a friend who helped her out, as well as you see, they didn't have even children. And even later on, when she was really officially working in these commercial adult movies with her new husband after 30 years from this period, she got the child almost at certain old age, right? At the age of, what is this, about 40 years old? How old she was? Let me think, guys. Yes, she was older than 40 when she got her child, I'm guessing. So, Salvatore Martini, first husband of Cicciolina, was her just friend eventually, just for the paper. First of all, there is literally a pre-feeling that she's going to reject him. Look at, he was mesmer. He knew as well. They're both like they were agree what they're going to do. It was just as well she was literally, look at, there was a pre-feeling as well. Okay, I'm going to do this for you, but as well, he's he was not. This guy was not. It seems like as well whatever it doesn't show the cards that they were just friends. It seems like this guy was not. Who was cheating here? Let me see. It seems like it was like a marriage, but they were living separate. As well, it was a long distance. As well, during the long distance situation, as well, somebody was literally cheating, a typical Italian guy. But the good karma with Salvatore for Cicciolina was that he really helped her out, as you see. He brought the papers to her. First, he got officially married to her. As well, he literally, as you see, look at that guy bringing her award, bringing the serious attention as well. Um, he's the one who was sponsoring her papers to finish the documents uh, so she could move to Italy. So, by marriage and settlement in Italy, Ilona met then director of the adult movies, Riccardo Schicchi, I hope I pronounced well, in 1970s and begin 73, she literally achieved fame in a radio called Voulez-vous coucher avec moi on Radio Luna. For the program, she adopted the name Cicciolina. So, yes, so she was the star of that radio show that was explicit, was that erotical serial, but definitely by the name Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? I mean, it's a French expression inviting you to sleep over, to be intimate, something like that when I translate. Literally, guys, on English, it's a French expression, but whenever you say this expression on in any country, it means like you offering somebody explicit offering somebody the cup of love. Yes, that's what this French expression means all over the world. And that period, she got that artistic name Cicciolina. She referred to her male fan base and later the male members of the Italian parliament as Cicciolini, little tabby boys. So, as well, since like in her radio station, she made that expression, Cicciolini, calling her politicians' friends from Italian parliament because they were chubby boys, most of them, little chubby boys. Although she appeared in several movies in 1970s, she made her debut under her own name in 1975. Again, guys, the period, I mean, all this industry with the adult movies is always spooky and a woman being abused there, like, and overused, right? But again, it seems like she was really trying to put her own name. So she was not ashamed. Definitely. This woman is very honest. That's why I have literally put in my Twitter post, do you prefer Italy, the honest Cicciolina, or the player Georgia right now in to take care of your politics? And I really think that this woman, Cicciolina, is really honest, even if she's performer, even if she's scandal, but she's honest, first of all. That's what the Hippocratic Society of Italy needs at any time, specifically now at the edge of the Third World War, if it's not already in the Third World War. I would call it she's already Italy's in a world war, even when they allowed and said yes to a NATO and Europe community decision to be a part of bombing even ex-Yugoslavia. So yes, there were a lot of my friends that they were in protest in Roma in Italy in 90s when there were bombing of Yugoslavia. They were against this, but again, that was not enough because your country Italy approved whatever NATO or Europe community is doing. What is the difference these days we are going to check? Because this year there is this, specifically last 2 months, there is a change in expression of the Italian politicians as well with this news of election of first woman on the top of Italy, La Presidente Giorgia Meloni. We are going to compare, but let's go back to more of the life of Cicciolina because this is a serial. Today, this episode is dedicated to Cicciolina, her honest political life and scandalous um, path that she chose for performing, scandalous performing, um, and everything that she performed was just a tool. Yes, it was a scandalous way, but everything was a tool for to be noticed and to have that message towards the society. So I call her a perfect performer. In 1978, on Rai show, Sarà due volte, her breasts were the first to be aired live on Italian TV. Yes, so that was a period when on Rai TV in 1978, first time she exposed her breasts, and that was, I mean, even now it seems like really a hardcore. If on some public event that should be serious, like there are people in a gray, in black suits, politicians, and whereas a woman artist showing off literally with the shirtless and braless, little like nude boobies. There is a message about this. Should we be ashamed of mother by nature, woman's body exposed, or should we? What is the message? Should we say bravo to this message? And there is literally two different streams. Again, her as a performer, as a feminist, I support her. On the other side, definitely we are going all the time to compare her with Georgia. Uh, So as we see from whatever was her path, flirting and talking about erotical film, then working in adult movies from the start, and having that radio station as well as serial again. All the time she was in contact through that with the male clients from a politics, and somehow this um, erotic industry, and they're always connected to some Italian politicians that they love women. And uh, I do see Ilona wanted to expose their hypocritical behavior. On one side, they were representing something moral, being in parliament, in political elite, as her client, and on the other side, they were married. Uh, what she wanted to show with her intention from a start. Definitely, she felt that gross energy from Cicciolini. She really minorized them, calling them a little one and fatty one. Little, definitely, I do feel from that nickname. It's really minorizing in her eyes the value of these males because they were on such a serious political role. On the other side, they were having her in a private life, being her friends. Definitely, it was not that they were reading the books. Probably they had literally renting her services. Was she doing this? Wow. As well, yes, she was flirting with the night of, as you see, on and off spontaneously. She was as well. She was trying to release this thing as well, not planned, but as well, there were somehow politicians always drawn towards her. She was trying to release this. Wow. Look at King of Wands. Really, there were important people that literally they show off all the time in her life. Like I said, not that she planned, but what this word she's calling here this word. She wanted to tell the truth about their playboy nature of the males and such a in political elite as well. Look at, there was a big boss, there is a top figure that they were in her life, and she wanted to show how the society is fake, like I said, like Italian Papaland society. Um, Again, what is happening in her life? There was the dominant figure, the second husband from 1991, literally that he literally pulled her out of the energy, um, uh, and she tried to be this time really in that karmic life, karmic love connection. I'm just going to find that small detail about her husband. 1 second, I'm going to private life. So here it is. So she was the muse of American artist Jeff Koons, who pursued her to collaborate on serial sculpture, where they would have literally some intimate position settings and erotical costumes, which were exhibited under the title Made in Heaven and made waves at the 1990s Venice Venezia Biennale Art Festival in Venezia in Italy. Ilona married Jeff Koons after this event in 1991 and 92 they got a son. So what kind of connection was Jeff Koons having with Ilona? Wow, this was a cup of love. But as well, there was a lot of toxicity, and she walked away. As you see, she walked away from his dominant nature. She wanted to be free spirit. But seems like on and off they were fighting often as well. She would on and off return to him. I'm going to check on the karmic pyramid because that guy was really abusing her work, literally all the way in exhibition, even after exhibiting his work and then making a copies of his work, even after the the end of the marriage in 94. As well. Jeff Koons was so um, dominant, but as well, Ilona didn't want to stop making her movies. That's what it seems. And her Spirit Seven of Wands literally seems like was a reason for breakup. Ten of Swords. Look at, because she is a Queen of Wands. She wants attention of these multiply offers of males for their industry. I'm going to check what was the energy from Jeff Koons' side towards Chicholina. First of all, it seems like he was really in love, and then on the bottom turned to a friendship in future. He was responsible by marrying her as well, but as well, give me more. What was her approach? Obviously, this is a woman that is all life free, right? Let me see. She cannot tolerate anybody's um, dominance, just her, except playing in the bed, being submissive. So, as well, he was impatient. Wow, 1 second. She seems like as well she was giving him few times chance to handle his dominant, um, violent character. That's how I feel the energy of Jeff Koons in the eyes of Cicciolina. So give me more Cicciolina karma with Jeff Koons. Wow. Yes. No, she was not happy because as well, yes, it's a connection. Look at like a soulmate. They're meant to have a child, but as well, there was always a new man in her life, and she felt by seeking attention of other males, she felt like being in chain. Yes, so that was definitely, as you see, was explained like, okay, you're my soulmate, we have a baby, you love me, you married me, but as well, I need the freedom. This is a karmic relationship exam. I need to break up the chains. This doomed because I think of other men. So that's her point of view. 1 second. As well, it's very funny because like, so the marriage finished 1994 with her second husband, artist Jeff Koons, and in 2008, Ilona Staller filed suit against Jeff Koons for failing to pay child support. Like this, why this happening to 99% of the fathers? As well, it's very interesting in her private life. She was accomplished chess player, having learned from her father while growing in Hungary. And in July 2021, it was announced she would demonstrate her ability of playing chess with the four top players simultaneously. That is a cute one. So yes, this woman was really self-made, but as well seems like a natural, intelligent. Comparing with this chess hobby, you have to be really highly intelligent to play the chess, right? And as well, seems like as well that plus with her being creative, artistic, performer, um, always seeking attention of community, and in private life, seeking attention of multiple partners. As well, in 1980s, an erotical comic serial was called La Cicciolina by Giovanni Romanini and Lucio Filippucci, based on that actress. And as well, later on, many of the as well bands literally they were using her name, or as well Italian metal band released the track Ilona, the very best, dedicated to her. 2005, Japanese metal band released the compilation Abigail Loves Ilona, using her photos in the album. British band as well released a song with her named. This woman became a synonym of the freedom, and so many artists they were using her name, as you see, or doing the paying the tribute to her. So from Europe, from Italy, UK, Japan till Brazil even. Brazil and Chilean punk. And Finland, Finnish singer as well. He released the song Chicholina, 2020s. Yes. So from 80s till 2020s, she was really inspiration. She was a muse for the singers. And this song, Cicciolina, with a Finnish singer, like singer from Finland, right, was used to represent Finland in 2020 Eurovision song. As well, in 2020, Spanish TV serial Veneno, there was done the portrait of Cicciolina. She was literally in 1996 um, having a friendship with the Spanish personality La Veneno. So they use um, her being a part of this serial, uh, mentioning connected to La Veneno. Again, so much things as well. Personally, as well, she was personally trying to sing. As well, in her songs, she's playing with these words of, again, I don't want to mention the words, but the words, slang language for slang. She used the words for men intimate parts on from a slang street Italian street language. So you can Google it, how it's named. I shouldn't pronounce. I can just say it right, but I shouldn't pronounce it right. Maybe somebody will complain. Yes, cut, whatever. Okay, it's not in English. As well, it's just a quote from Wikipedia, guys. It's mentioned in Wikipedia. Again, what was behind this? Because seems like her she need to talk about men being obsessive with this erotical part in their life, like there was nothing without that sexual part of men life, and it seems like she was always talking about this, even in her songs. What she wanted to do with the musical industry. Again, guys, look at she wanted literally to revisit what is literally Six of Wands. She was a. It seems like she was on a tour. People like her singing. I mean, she was just as you see. She literally was. She reached success with this card, Six of Wands, and as well, look as she talked about her friends. Seems like she had the super fans, I would name it, and that was a victory card. And the people they loved her, and her way to go on the tours with being a part of musical industry was seems better than being going to aeronautical fest, or better to be a singer. That's what I think from this energy. Brought her more money than being a queen of wands. Uh, Again, what about her political career? Where this started? Again, guys, I'm going to reverse back to political scene from 1970s. So 1979, Ilona Cicciolina was presented as a female candidate in Italian parliament by the Lista del Sole, Italian First Green Party. So she was first member of the Green Party in 1985, almost 10 years ago. She switched to a Partito Radicale, so she became, here it is, the member of the party where the same party that is now Giorgia Meloni this month got election, right? That's why I'm comparing them. So, uh, as well, she was always talking for her first moments in Radical Party. She was literally making a platform against nuclear energy and NATO membership. So she was always against the war, against NATO, as well, all the time about human rights and saving the planet. So she was elected for Italian parliament in 1987 with 20,000 votes while in office. Before the outset of the Gulf War, she offered to have intimacy with the Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein in return for a peace for that region. She was not re-elected at the end of her term in 1991. Um, so why didn't like her perform? Why they didn't lie because she was against the war. So simple, guys, so simple, because seems like she, with her performance, she was talking more about peace, because that was a period when people should, when politicians and the global forces literally they wanted a war in the Gulf area, and this was literally her talking about being elected in parliament and being a part of Italian parliament, but as well talking that she want to bring a peace in this region. So her politics was somehow literally confronting, being in opposition with the politics of US promoting the war in the Gulf region in Middle East. So I bet that was the CIA behind removing Cicciolina from politics, because people they loved her. She was using this erotical side performance, but she was promoting the peace in Italy. Yes, look at that's the trickster. And that yes, in the past, literally yes, they provoked her literally to uh, yes, they found a new solution. Look at they revisit a new solution with that younger. Look at the face. Check out the new solution for CIA is Georgia, I think, as well. Uh, since as well there were contradictory information, literally what she was doing in her CV literally was somehow going against her, because literally look at the last card and the first here. They wanted to block her because now it was not good that she was erotical person, right? From erotical industry, right? And Queen of Wands, as you see, and they wanted to block her just because of her background and using too much that thing. But literally, that thing, her tool, helped her to be now in Wikipedia and to be in Italy. Notice, right? That was the only tool that she was using. So this is just excuse, guys. So again, 1991. Cicciolina was among the founders of the another Italian political movement, Partito dell'Amore, Party of the Love. Um, and she had there the Friends and Fellow, another adult movie star Moana Pozzi. In January 2002, she began exploring the possibilities of campaign in Hungary, her regional country, to represent Budapest industrial Kobanya district in the Hungarian parliament. However, she failed to collect enough petitions for non-partisan candidates. In the same year, she ran in a local election in Monza in Italy, promising to convert a prominent building into the gambling casino. But she attracted just few votes. So, uh, who was behind her election in Monza? Was that mafia? Probably when it's yes, yes, seems so. But as well, Italy at that period wanted to block. Seems like Italy didn't want to deal with the mafia guy promoting the casino. But here it is. Don't worry, I can show up again and again. I even if I walk away, I never lost the touch. That was my mission in the life to promote new ideas about community, about rights, human rights. That was her purpose. So 2004, she again, guys, she announced plans to run for a mayor of Milan. That's interesting. As well, 2002, remember, just 2 years before, she offered uh, intimacy to Saddam Hussein in October 2002 when Iraq was resisting international pressures to allow inspection for weapons of mass destruction. And in April 2006, she made the same offer to as well Bin Laden. So it's very interesting. This it's her teasing a little to stop the war. In September 2011, it was revealed that Ilona was eligible for and would be receiving a yearly pension of 39,000 euros from Italian state as a result of her 5 years in the country parliament. So let's check what is the controversy because now what I understood they cancel her pension. So will she gain the pension? That's really unfair after so many years of really working and being literally exposing her body literally just for as a tool for performance for the cause for political action. Uh, So 2011 in November, when she turned 60, literally she starts receiving pensions. And she said, I earn it and I'm proud of it. But there was a kind of I, I do think that later on I read somewhere that it was her retirement canceled and she was having a court case. So let me check that. Was Cicciolina left without retirement? Was her retirement cancelled? But she provoked to the media that she was doing anything for this country and she really needed that retirement. There was, of course, first of all, she had that more than 5 years totally in the parliament, but she was all the time working right from 80s through all these political parties, and the media helped her to regain the retirement. That's great. They're really great. In 2012, Ilona founded the Democracy, Nature and Love Party (DNA). So 2012, DNA, Democracy, Nature and Love Party. It's include the legalization of the same-sex marriages. Okay, she was this time dealing with LGBT. She added that thing in her party as well reopening of the closed houses. There were the formal brothers, a guaranteed minimum wage for young people, improvement to the judiciary, and the elimination, if it's possible, when there is so much corruption and mafia things in Italy. But she wanted to work on this. And elimination of the privileges of the rich political casta. Yes, political elite. She was also a candidate on proposal by blogger Luca Bagatin in election in Roma 2013 on the list of Republicans and liberal. So Republicana and Liberalo. A second. That's interesting. Again, guys, this is the end of her story. I'm just going to compare the last news that I saw about her. If I found the article from 2020, there was literally mentioning that she's launching a new political party. And she pronounced it. This is article 2020 at the age of 68. So again, let's see what is happening during present moment. What was on this election? What is her energy and what she thinks? What Cicciolina thinks of Giorgia Meloni and what will be between them? Because again, guys, in base with this, even if it's a different tool, there are base the parties that they're flirting with, both of them are flirting with the radical parties, so we can check what they think of each other. So let's see. Um, is Chicholina party on election this year in September? Wow, yes, 10 of Pentacles, but there was as well 6 of Pentacles. Why 6 of Pentacles? I think that literally she's out of that coalition. It seems like she's out. There was fake information over the media with the Page of Swords. And she was on election, but as well there was some fake information. I'm going to call it disinformation, that because I have here injustice for the media, and literally this was paid thing to promote, literally to sabotage her being a part of election, because she would definitely be she could win instead of Georgia. Um, and somebody paid a lot with the Ten of Pentacles. That was the first card, literally to remove her as a conqueror, to stick with the idea of Giorgia Meloni. So, did international interference paid um, in Italy to remove Cicciolina from influencing the election this year? 2022, guys. We're in 2022 October. Yes, they were daring with the full card as well. This is a people really from abroad, look at from other side of the water. Again, I said they paid and promoted. They paid and promoting Italy over the internet, and that's the pure injustice. Repeating the same cards like before. I really give her a hard time. Um, as well, look at this. This is literally a New York bridge. Look at, definitely this is situation. Literally, like she's aware, looking like, look at there, the the big shots back on Manhattan. I mean, in general, it's something around, like I said, American interference in the politics of Italy. Um, they choose another one instead of her. They choose, she was left on the cold, and they literally choose another one, and they are going to regret us choosing Georgia instead of Cicciolina. uh, so 1 second, let me see. Will Cicciolina talk in future about sabotaging of her action in this election? There is, look at, there is always injustice, and she's aware of that. Again, she's somehow blocked, but in the future, like she feel a need to talk about this Queen of Wands in future. She's now blocked, but as well seems like, look at, somebody's going to return to the media and talk about giving her a hard time and sabotaging her from another side of the road, as you see. Repeating the same cards, and I was shuffling, so fun. And again, what uh, did, did US support Georgia instead of Chicholina? Again, look at the people bringing the money, cash, pure cash. Wow, from Washington, D.C. Yes, the big brother sent the money. Wow, the big brother sent the money. Wow, wow. Men in Black. Remember Men in Black from Pentagon? Wow. This is totally US thing. Uh, will US regret supporting Georgia? They're, they will see her as immature, and she won't be serious about uh, following what everybody tell her to say to do in the politics of Italy. That's what it is. She will be really childish. She won't follow the instructions. She's not that servant type of person. Giorgia Meloni will make mistakes that US will not like, but they promoted her. So another side, uh, what Chicholina think of Georgia election, what she thinks of her. She totally have a clue what's happening, and there is, but she's not talking. There is here a card. She's not talking. In future, wow, wow, she just walked away, holding the. She knows what is the truth as well. Look at it's so clear to her that she knows the secret that she was promoted from a U.S. Like I said, from abroad, but as well by walking away and not talking, by literally neglecting. I see that she's playing like I'm not going even to mention. I'm going to be in denial of Georgia. She doesn't think that she should be there. Look at as well. She thinks that she won't stand here a long time. Seems like look at wow. Uh, she knows that she's here just for a little penny, and she's sold out. First of all, there is a different approach that. What is the honesty in being a political worker, Cicciolina, compared with Georgia? Georgia is doing just for a little cash. She sold herself for a little bit of cash. It's not herself. Georgia sold her country for a little bit of pennies. Look at the name. I will do everything for a little bit of pennies. And that's the whole secret here. And that's approach from Chicholina towards Georgia as well. She thinks that she won't stand such a long period being here. That's what is her intuition, and she's aware of that she's not a serious player. This is immature person, and she knows that she make a bad alliance. Like she was never part. Just Chicholina was never part, just to remind you of any alien, but this one is really in a bad company. She's aware that she cannot stand as well. She knows that she's not a diplomat, Queen of Swords. She won't like that alliance too long, and she's going to cancel it. We have two times cancel world card, eight of cups. It means like Jolina thinks that she will literally resign. Yes, that's what it is. Is resign, court case, yes, divorce. That she's going to betray the alliance as well. Will Cicciolina be in opposition against Georgia while she's working? In the past time seems like, but as well revisiting again idea and Ace of Pentacle. Seems like in a month from now or next year from a new year or 1 month from now, still now she's thinking what to do, but in a month from now we are going to hear her talking. As well, there will be new information breaking through. Like I said, this woman Georgia won't be long here. Even Cicciolina thinks she won't be long. Uh, there will have another option because of her betraying and not following, not being servant to literally a politics of US, because she was sent from US by Aspen Institute as a sponsor of this election in Italy and promoting fascists in Italy. Unfortunately, yes, that's what they're doing because if they promote it in Italy, they want to stop literally Italian um, reconciliation with Russia, and they want to stop Italy going out of NATO. Again, will NATO, again, modern politics, 1 second, let me see. So, so modern politics, I think about 45 minutes, I think it was. Timestamp, just for a second, guys. It's the prediction. So here it is. And as well, I'm going to put the timestamp for you guys. Let me add this. So now we go for prediction. What will be direction of Georgia for NATO and Russia? Because we finished Chicholina presenting what she thinks of her. So as well, let's see. Uh, does the Italians prefer Cicciolina? Of course, Six of Wands. They wish now her to be there and to return with the Six of Wands. They think if the woman has to be here, should be better Cicciolina. Wow, very fast action. Yes, that's the truth. Well, they're aware that the first one was sent literally very fast and honestly, and as well, they like the first one. Look at the face. Do you see Georgia face here? Send here, and she will going to run away very fast. It's holding the penny. As well, on other side, the Italians, if you ask them, compare me to Cicciolina or Georgia, they would say at least Chicholina is telling this the truth. She's honest, and we wish her to return because she has proved that she's honest in politics in the past time. They really don't like Georgia. Again, will Georgia um, uh, cancel Italian position? Wow, King of Swords. You see, walking away. There will be literally Italy officially canceling some of the joining decision in NATO or Europe community. That's interesting because they don't want to be a part of hungriness and civil war that will literally happen this winter all over Europe. We literally go out of Europe. Yes, they are really manifesting it. They already said this, guys. Now it's start of October 2022 as well. Around 20th, I do believe 20th of August, there was literally a news media confirmed that three politicians that they represent eventually now the future alliance that was on election at the end of September, they met one evening on Sunday unofficially in a famous villa in the middle of Roma, and they talked about um, rekindling the light with Russia, and they don't want anymore to have sanctions for Russia. And that was the future alliance, and they won this election. So yes, they are manifesting this. Why? Because they have a judgment call of the citizens, and they don't want to have this civil war. That's their thing. They want to fight just personally for them. They don't care anymore what the Europe think or what US will say. Um, will they stop the sanction Italy? Wow. They do regret. They feel it's unfair somehow. Look at they do regret because they lost a lot of presents and things that they were getting from this full. Look at this guy holding a full so many presents, so many profits from Russia. So many Italian companies are registering it in ex-Soviet in Russian Federation. And yes, they do regret. They want to rekindle the light in politics, uh, in commerce with Russian Federation. Yes, okay. Lovers, let's reunite. It's interesting. So, are do they want to look at? They already are having reuniting uh, ideas. They're with the magician card and lovers. They already have some agreement that definitely behind the back page of swords, behind the back of NATO, and behind the back of uh, sneaky, like hidden way, they have already agreement. Uh, and nobody can change this thing. Yes, they're going to break the promise, like never trust the Italians whenever you have a deal with Italians. And that will happen to Europe and US. I'm serious here. Look, they cannot change. It's already done. There already has rekindling the love, the trust with all contracts with the Russian Federation, and they already broken the promise. That's the thing with the sneaking out of Europe Community of NATO decision and Europe Community decision. They're very courageous. Bravo for Italy because they're fighting for their own nation. They don't want to nation Italy to be hungry as well. They don't want nation to be without gas. That's what is happening from February in Italy. And literally, I know I was in Italy this year as well. I have one of my best friends that I'm every winter, every New Year with them, that they live where I am on winter time. And literally they send me the footage, the videos from their friends when they have empty supermarkets, when they have crazy about the gas, because they were so much codependent to Russia, so resources from Russia. That's the truth. Again, guys, I'm going to repeat this world war. The victim is Europe community. Um, and whoever is outside of Europe community will pass better. It's not US, it's not the rest of the few countries that they live, that they exist in Europe. Just one that they're in Europe community, they're suffering a lot from the start of the war. And this is somehow start of the future resolving of this is decaying, Europe community decaying as well. US, unfortunately, that's what astrologists from these countries as well, they are confirming. Unfortunately, that's the truth. So there is a phase of rising and the phase of decaying of these communities and societies and nations and seems so. Again, no worries, guys, because you can handle living without being in community with other countries as well. Just remember, Italy was just before, is it in, this is a young country because they were just separate polis, I mean, polis, Greek word, cities, kingdoms. They were just, every province was a separate, independent. So they exist literally from Garibaldi that he reunited them uh, in, is it 80s, 70s, I do believe. So yes, they're very young country. They're younger they're younger than Greece. Than Greece is again younger than even Serbia. I mean, talking about 80s, because in 1800s, first Serbia liberated from Turkey, then she pushed 1804, then she pushed sending the guns to Greece to do the same, 1821, I do believe. And as well, look at, and they got their own country, Italy, in late, is it 80s, 70s, or 80s, something like that. Literally, I didn't check the thing. Um, but as well, just do not worry. You can do fine even being without your community. You can do fine even living in the province of Sicilia, Calabria, and being independent from Lombardia. Who cares for Lombardia? Because becoming so copy of the frozen faces, and so much economical stingy like Switzerland, for example, like Austrian, German. So Italy on the north is not anymore the same. It's not anymore fun. like it used to be a real Italian spirit, southern from Roma down. Yes. So good luck to Italy, guys. It is just what I'm talking from, what the Italian talks between each other, as well from a mix of a different talk in politics and media resources and a little bit of tartary perspective. And my puppy is confirming Frida. So check out the rest of the reading in Stop the War list and see you a little bit later. If you like this material, hit the like, subscribe, and put the alarm bell. Join the next live stream. Different prediction. Once a day, we have a war prediction. We have, I mean, war, state of war, politics, celebrity readings as well. We have a daily tarot and horoscope, and always some healing advice and experience from my travel and living abroad. Kisses to all. Peace and love. And Chicholina, we vote for you. We want you back in the politics.